Hey everybody, what's up? It's your friend James Shaw. Thanks so much for joining us. We're doing what we do every week, which is talk to elite people who do elite things. And today we've got one of my biffles. Jenny Wallach is a great friend and a great agent and a great supporter of helping people get better. And so we're going to talk today about this balance between business and personal, and how in the summertime, gosh, let's take some time to enjoy the summer and relax, but also still have a successful business. That's what we're going to talk about. But Jenny, would you introduce yourself to us, tell you who you are and where you are and a little bit about you?
Oh, I'd love to. I am so grateful to get to spend time with you, James. And I am in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been in real estate for 24 years now. And actually, this topic is super important to me, and I know we'll get to it. But the main reason is because I've been a mom who has a young person with summer vacations for 18 years now. And so being really intentional about my summertime with my young person is so dang important to me. Luckily, I have a great team here in Tulsa. We get to help over 100 families a year buy or sell. And I get to do what I love most of the time, which is empowering others to believe in their possibilities. And thanks for allowing me to do that here today.
Well, thank you for doing it with us. You've put together this summer success strategy playbook that everyone can download. There's a link in the chat if you're watching us live that you can click that will take you straight to download Jenny's document. If you're watching the recording, we have it in wherever you're watching it. The link is embedded in there somewhere. So just look for it in the email or in the chat, and you'll be able to find it and download this. And I love it. We both have daughters. They're 5 years apart. And so what I love from you is that I get to learn from you and your family on the journey, because we're 5 years right behind you. And like you, I like to slow it down a little bit in the summer, but still have a successful business that's running and enjoy that 10 weeks that she's home and just be able to enjoy it. So you put together these 4 pillars of a productive summer, and I just thought we could run through them and you can kind of help us out. Number 1 is prioritize what matters most. So walk us through what that means to you.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll just back it up a minute. So when you guys get this download, you can see all of this information. But really, like, the whole idea is that you actually get to stay productive. I don't know about you. I still need to produce and earn income because I am a working mom. I need to stay productive, but I also don't want to miss the moments that really matter. And so this is what life is all about. I was walking with my husband the other morning. We were talking about this work-life balance, and he actually called it a toggle switch, which I thought was really smart because, James, when you're all in on being a great parent and then you're so quickly moved to also the tasks and activities that are required for your business, it can be very stressful. And so, sometimes when we think about what does summer mean to you, our kiddos are like, yay, sleep in, fun, no schedule. And as parents, we're like, oh, chaos, unpredictability. And that can cause us stress. So that's why these pillars are so important. So first off, just prioritize what matters most. These could be our summer pre-planned vacations and time away with our family, because if we don't put it on our schedule, it won't come true. And you and I both know the importance of that. I think that depending on the age of your young person, they may be, going off to different camps, and those times and days are probably different from the school year. So having those time blocks with purpose will really help, everyone stay on the same schedule and not be overwhelmed as well. I like saying that we still need to have our self-care and taking care of us. Actually, I have a massage on the calendar later today. Taking care of us is still super important. And sometimes when we're chaotic in the schedules, we can forget about that. But also our business priorities are so important. We still need to sell houses, at least I do. I still need to do my job. And over the years, I've just gotten pretty good at making sure that we are blocking the important time. Yes, the lead generation time, the going on appointments time, and then we may have some flexibility in our afternoons to still stay close with our kiddos. But I think we have to just think about, James, is what is the most important thing that I accomplished this summer? I mean, when we get to the end of our lives, are we going to be like, oh, I just worked every single day all through the year and I crushed it and sold so many houses? Or are we going to remember the special times we had with our family? And I think we know the answer to that.
I think we do. I want to talk about that because we had a chance, our families, along with a couple others, Jess Starr's family and some others, we got to do a really cool trip a couple of years ago, like 2.5 weeks, all of us together in Europe, and it was awesome. And in order to pull something like that off, you do have to be pretty purposeful in your business stuff, which you are. But what I noticed about that trip, because we were sun up to sundown, we were together, and we stayed in the worst Airbnb ever made for a few days, and which is why I'm not allowed to book them anymore. But what I noticed while we were together was you were engaged in what was going on back home with the business, but you weren't like actively doing stuff, and yet it was still running.
Yeah.
So what kind of work has to happen on the front end to be able to do that? And then how do you have the peace of mind that when you're on vacation, you can actually enjoy it?
Yeah, great question. And obviously, I've been building a team with leverage over 10 years now. So that wasn't an overnight magical moment that I was able to disconnect from my business. It does take time, but if you want to get to a point where you can go on a 2-3 week vacation and not be fully in on your business, then maybe you should think about your goals and adding in leverage, as in people and systems and tools that can help you stay consistent in your business. Guess what? Here's the truth. We're still in the real estate business. And if you are a solo agent or not at that point yet, you may still need to time block some time to connect with your clients back home, or find a person who can help be the one taking the phone calls for you and assisting you. But it is a reality and a fact. Not everything stops for you to go on vacation, but do the very best that you can in setting that up while you're
Well, it
gone.
seems like if you're on your vacation, but if you did block, you're going to
Mhm.
have a 15 or 20-minute window just to check in with whoever is covering for you or whatever you need to do, then
That's right.
that it keeps the disruptions down. And that was just something I noticed about you when we were together. All right, so pillar number 2, you said plan with purpose. First one's prioritize what matters most in both your personal world and your business, and now it's plan with purpose. Tell us more.
All right. I love front loading my week and my day. So, what that means is that my Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays are when most of my in the business productivity and thinking and planning times happen. And so if you have your ideal calendar, and so during the summer, it may be shortened in the day or shortened in the week. If you have front loaded your most important activities, y'all know what they are: lead generating, following up, going on appointments, helping negotiate clients with, all the things they have going on, and making sure you're up to date on the conversations that need to be shared with what the current market has going on. But when you front load these, then I just have this much time to work each day or during the week, and then I can play. And that's when you start feeling the release and the relief, and even bringing your young people into this game with you. Like Mia has now graduated high school, and guess what? She still wants to hang out with me during the summertime, and she'll say, "What are you doing today?" Like, we're going to go shopping and party all day, and I say, "Well, I'm working till 2, and then you can help me run this errand or go look at this house or help me shoot some video content." And I put her to work for me. And then the reward is getting her some lunch, or, having more time together or going shopping. And so these are all strategies for you to still get the most important stuff done, and also still spending the time with the people you love most. These are the 3 things I talk about all the time with my team. When we get to holiday season or we get to summer, see, we have a team, all of us have children. And so we all operate on this summer vacation timeline that always happens. And so I say, all right, guys, let's just think ahead and plan ahead. Let's mark the calendar of when you are full on focus. So that's number 1, F, is focus time. I am working, I am doing my lead generating and producing future business, following up with pipeline. That is focus. Or I may have a flex day. For example, this is a lot of my time, is that I am super focused all in the morning until a certain time. And in the afternoon, when I've done those most important activities, I can be more flexible in my afternoons. And then there is just family time. So this third one is, I know for sure I am not available to help out with much in this time. So when you are really clear what each day looks like, or even the hours inside of your day, again, this whole point of this is that you get to control your calendar. You get to control being present in those moments. And it's such a gift when we can be present with the ones that we truly love rather than distracted and chaotic.
It's so good. My wife works in the school system, so she's home in the summer. So it's nice to be able to hang out with her. And Naomi's 13, but she's still, I don't know, especially right now, she wants to hang out. It's like I need to take advantage of that.
That's right.
Until she doesn't, could change tomorrow. She might not want to hang out with me effective tomorrow, or that might continue. But then, we're also 5 years left until we're in your spot where she's going off to college or something. And I don't know. I'd even be okay with doing a little less business
Yeah.
and making a little less money right now to be able to be home when, have my afternoons, extra hour every afternoon to be home with Terry and home with Naomi. And I sound like you feel the same way.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can still be productive if you're being purposeful in those moments and kind of know what each day is about. It's good.
That's right. That's right.
Pillar 3, leverage systems and automation. Talk to us about that.
Well, I took some notes to like make sure that I didn't miss out on remembering things to mention in this. But the number one thing with leverage, I even made a note here, is leverage your kids. Like Mia has beautiful handwriting, and so she is the addresses all of the envelopes for our golden letters that we send out. She helps with postcards or mailing. She also, like I said, will help me running to appointments or documenting some video content, whether she likes it or not. I'm like, hey, film me. She loves that. And so, utilize your young people. And I remember, James, it was 10 years ago that I first took Bold, and you were actually my Bold coach. And if you remember, and this is what I love most about these memories, is in that class, we were taught to dream and envision this life that we love, and then chunking it down and putting it into what does that really look like? And what does this ideal calendar in life look like? A life by design. What is that? And I just envisioned it, and then I created it. And so everyone that would ever watch this and knows you or me knows that it is possible to actually have this life. So when we're talking about leverage, this could be inside your business, obviously, as well, when it comes to things like it could be people leverage, a system, or a tool. But during the summer is when you get to find where the gaps are.
Right.
Because if you get that phone call or you get that reply or that question from the client, you go, oops, there should be some better system in place. Now, it doesn't mean to automate everything, but what I've noticed, and we talk about on our team all the time, is that we have to slow down in order to go fast. And when we slow down and properly have conversations and consultations with our clients, with the expectations of how we're going to work and the process and making sure we're in alignment, then everything else tends to go smoother. But you'll find out where those gaps are, especially when you are on summer break and looking to maximize your time with your young people. I also love, this is the time where you don't have to have the big client events. It gets hot in Oklahoma. I know you're hot in Florida. And so there aren't a lot of, people don't want to get together often for some summer client events. This is a great time to do some pop buys. You can take your kiddos with you on that. It's a great time to do online giveaways. You still get engagement. You can grow your database. You can still add value back to your community. So you don't have to go so full all in, because the reality is most of them are like us and they've got young ones. Hopefully they're taking vacations as well and having a good time this summer.
It's really good. Yeah, they're busy too, but a
Yeah.
little pop by, something simple is great.
Mhm.
Number 4, stay connected and accountable.
Well, you know this better than all, is that you've created a community through your Pivot Shift Ahead community. I have a community and a Facebook community, and there are so many great places for you to tap into others who are also in the same boat as you, who also understand that business is important and so is family. And we're so lucky that we have these communities that support each other through that. And, I have a team that also believes in this as well. We start every morning with gratitude on our team. We make sure that we are supporting each other through these different times. Again, I love the idea of just making sure that that when you're staying accountable to your goals, what goals did you pick? Did you adjust your summer goals? Like you said, maybe I'll just be okay with not going 100% all summer long, but maybe if I'm at 90%, that's going to be okay. And that's still a win for me. So giving yourself grace is a huge part of this whole process.
I was talking with one of my team members today, one of the new ones, that our summertime, we slow it down a little bit on purpose. And September through May, kind of the school year, is more intense for us.
Yeah.
But then that May to September, we slow it down a little bit and embrace that and enjoy that, and know that when September comes, we're gonna, it'll be a different speed. I think that there are some people that might be watching this, Jenny, and go, okay, I get it. This is great. Jenny's got an 18-year-old, not an 8-year-old. She's got a team, not a solo agent. So maybe Jenny's perspective is off a little bit, but you've been a solo agent and you've had an 8-year-old. So what advice would you give to that agent?
I mean, yeah, like when my business really changed and became even more productive and focused was when Mia was 4 years old. So I lived the life of being that full-time mommy responsible for the drop-offs, the pickups, the when she's sick, 100% the mom in charge of all of that stuff. And I loved it. And I didn't want it any other way, by the way. And though with that, I had to learn to fit in the productivity time. Now, I remember it's called bribery and it works. I would say to Mia, hey, let mommy wrap up this phone call or do this little bit of work, and then we'll run over to Build-A-Bear. I remember she was so in love with Build-A-Bear, if you remember those days. And so it was sometimes when she would see that when mommy is working, this affords her the opportunity to get things that she wants. So I know that may sound a little, I don't know, maybe it doesn't have to cost you any money. Maybe you don't have to buy a Build-A-Bear, but I know that she learned the value of letting me work and seeing me be successful because she's seen us now. She knows that James Shaw is the most famous person in all the land. She told me to tell you hi. And so whenever we live this life of intention when we're modeling it for our children, they're going to really actually benefit from that later on. Now I just loop in doing what I love, the teaching, the traveling, and I add her into it. I get to travel this summer to teach and I'm bringing her along. And I know you do love to do that as well. So where can you take this combination of this awesome business and opportunity that we have to help people through the amazing thing called real estate and add in our children and modeling for others what an amazing life can look like. I want to say one more thing is that I was thinking through in this one pager that y'all will download is it really comes up, it asks for what's your one-liner summer mantra. And so I wanted to make sure that I had one. And what I came up with, James, is to be present in the moments while aligned in my mission.
So good. I've known you a long time. I have sensed you become pretty passionate about this topic over the last year or two.
Yes.
Is that just because you're in this life transition now where your daughter has graduated and going on to college and you've had a realization you want to maximize this time? Tell me why this is so important to you.
Well, why it's important to me is that I am modeling for others that it's possible. You can have both. I see so many working moms or parents who are grinding it without any end point or goal of what enough is for them. And so they just keep going, thinking that they're doing it for the ones they love, but they're really missing out on
Mhm.
time with the ones that they love. And so that is my purpose 100%. If I am put on this earth, it would be to help others see that life is precious
Yeah,
and we don't know when is our last breath. And I don't want to go out having any regrets.
no doubt. That's really good. You do a lot of great stuff. Your Facebook group and your community. Will you tell people about that?
Sure. I have a Facebook group. It is called Your Journey with Jenny because I'm still on the journey as well. And that's just a free Facebook group. Come on in, and I just like to share tips, tricks, and tools. And every month I offer up a free training of all the different pieces that we implement into our business that make our lives better and more well rounded. And you can find all of those upcoming classes on my website, yourjourneywithjenny.com, and it's Jenny with an IE, just Jenny.
Just like it's spelled on the screen. And you can download Jenny's summer success strategy. Click the link that's in the email that you got this video in, or in the chat if you're watching it live. And you can go download that. I loved it. I downloaded it, which is why I said we should talk about it. Jenny, thank you so much. It's always good to see you. Tell your husband and your daughter that the Shaws say hello. We
I
appreciate you very
know.
much.
We will see you soon. Appreciate
You
it.
got it. Bye.